Hi everyone, we're here today to make a small presentation of a breaking new feature, Mbrella app. This app will allow you to easily create your expense, manage them, and also manage your calendar trips, so your commuting journey to receive kilometer allowance. So let's do a quick turn around the app. Let's start. When you connect, you're going to arrive directly onto this page where you have a view on your expense and your leftover budget. If you look at the top, you can see that you have a budget. This employee has a budget of 1,700, for example. If I scroll, I can just visit all the expense I have. And if I click on one, I can see the status, modify it by clicking on edit. I can modify everything. And of course, I can put a comment or delete it if needed. I can also have a view on the status of the app. You can see that the two first are in pending, and then we have the one in approved, meaning that the HR already viewed it. If I click on plus, I can either add an expense or create a trip. If I add an expense, it's quite simple. I can just select it and say, for example, app test, give it a name, select the date, give it an amount, let's say 200. The budget, the category, I can just select all the options I have. Let's say that this one is for kick scooter buy. I can upload my justification piece. What could I do? Let's take a picture of this beautiful wall. Use this photo. And now I have my justification piece. This means that to upload justification documents, you can either take a picture, attach an existing picture, or attach an existing document. Taking a picture means that you can just take a picture of your receipt, for example, or your invoice. Save, and it creates my expense app test, and you can see the small kick scooter logo. Then I have that's for expense. Then I have the calendar. The calendar means that I have a view on all the trips I've done. So for example, I can see that on the 29th, this employee did no trip. Then, let's say I want to create a trip for today. I could add a new trip and say, okay, I'm going to call this trip app demo, super original. It's a round trip. I can select my start address, let's say somewhere in Skalbeek, and the destination will be up Mbrella office in Flagey. I can say I'm taking the bike for this trip. Then the system is going to calculate the distance, so 5.37 kilometers. It's based on Google Maps as always. And then if you're eligible for an allowance, you're going to receive it here. As this employee is not eligible, you don't see any amount. And if I save, it creates the trip for myself. And I can, of course, edit it or delete it if needed by clicking on it at the bottom. I can say the days for today, and of course can navigate between the months. Lastly, if I click here, I can of course filter the expense, and I can modify my profile by clicking on the small icon at the top left. By clicking on it, I can change the language. I can give feedback on the app. Don't hesitate to do this. And I can visit the help center or log out. And that's it for a small presentation of Mbrella app. Thank you for your attention.